Hey there! Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your Quizmaster Sean, and I've got 100 questions for you about vintage destinations. This should be interesting. So let's have some fun, shall we, and see what we know. Let's begin. Which glamorous Cuban city in the 1950s travel ad showcased vibrant nightlife and iconic beachfront? Rio de Janeiro? Havana? Or was it Cancun? It was Havana. In the 1960s, which Swiss town became famous for hosting skiers at the foot of the Matterhorn? Was it Zermatt, Innsbruck, or Chamonix? It was Zermatt. A 1970s postcard called Kauai the Garden Isle. Which Hawaiian island is it referring to? Maui, Kauai, or Oahu? And that would be Kauai. In the 1960s, which French region was immortalized in travel posters showing sun-kissed vineyards and rolling hills? Normandy, Provence, or Loire Valley? It was Provence. This is the correct alignment for a question with 3 sentences. Is it right in the middle? And that's very nice. Quebec, Ottawa, or Vancouver? And that would be Ottawa. Which Japanese city, famous for its cherry blossoms and ancient temples, was a 1950s bucket list destination? Was it Tokyo, Kyoto, or Osaka? It was Kyoto. A 1950s postcard shows a famous desert city with casinos. Which destination is it referring to? Las Vegas, Reno, or Palm Springs? And it is Las Vegas. Which iconic Caribbean island, shown in a colorful 1960s travel ad, promised tranquil beaches and reggae music? Jamaica, Bermuda, or Barbados? And that would be Jamaica. A 1940s postcard promotes its thermal spas and alpine beauty. Which European destination is this? Salzburg, Baden-Baden, or Geneva? And that would be Baden-Baden. This vintage 1950s poster promoted rail journeys to a Canadian national park famous for turquoise lakes. Which park? Is it Banff, Jasper, or Yoho? It is Banff. In the 1960s, which beach resort in Spain was known for its vibrant nightlife and luxury accommodations? Was it Marbella, Ibiza, or Costa Brava? It was Marbella. Which American city, celebrated for its jazz scene and French Quarter, was a top destination in the 1950s? Memphis, Chicago, or was it New Orleans? It was New Orleans. Which city hosted Expo 67 and showcased futuristic architecture like Habitat 67? Montreal, Toronto, or Vancouver? It was Montreal. Known for its canals and tulips, which city was the hub of a major art exhibition in 1958? Was it Amsterdam, Florence, or Vienna? It was Amsterdam. A 1939 World's Fair postcard featured the Trilon and Perisphere. Which city is being highlighted? Is it New York? Is it San Francisco? Or is it Chicago? It is New York. Which Mediterranean island was a luxury honeymoon destination in the 1950s due to its scenic cliffs and beaches? Is it Sicily, Santorini, or Capri? It is Capri, or Capri. Known for its turquoise waters, which Florida destination became popular for family vacations in the 1960s? Was it Key West, Miami Beach, or was it Naples? It was Miami Beach. A 1960s travel trend highlighted safaris in this African country, known for its Serengeti. Which country was it? Kenya, Tanzania, or South Africa? And that would be Kenya. Which French alpine town was a top pick for ski holidays in the 1950s? Chamonix, Grenoble, or Magève? And it was Chamonix. A 1970s trend promoted cruises to which Scandinavian city with a famous Little Mermaid statue? Was it Oslo? Was it Copenhagen? Or was it Stockholm? It was Copenhagen. Which bustling Asian city, featured in a 1950s ad, was famous for its neon-lit streets and harbor views? Hong Kong, Bangkok, or Tokyo? And that would be Hong Kong. A 1960s travel brochure called this Egyptian city the Gateway to the Nile. Which city is it? Luxor, Cairo, or Alexandria? And that would be Cairo. Which quaint English village, often depicted in vintage ads, became popular for its cobblestone streets and tea shops? Cotswolds, Bath, or Stratford upon Avon? And that would be Cotswolds. Known as the Pink City, which Indian destination was highlighted in a 1950s tourism campaign? Was it Jaipur, Agra, or Udaipur? And it was Jaipur. In the 1960s, which Spanish island became a favorite getaway for artists and bohemians? Was it Tenerife, Mallorca, or Ibiza? And it was Ibiza. A 1930s poster featuring the Matterhorn promoted rail travel to which alpine country? Was it Switzerland, Austria, or Germany? And that would be Switzerland. Which Caribbean island became known as the ultimate luxury retreat for travelers in the 1960s, attracting the elite? Jamaica, St. Barthélemy, or the Dominican Republic? And that would be St. Barthélemy. Which Italian coastal town, often depicted in bright 1950s posters, is famous for its cliffside lemon groves? Amalfi, Positano, or Revelio? It would be Amalfi. A 1940s postcard showed a lighthouse overlooking rugged coastlines. Which U.S. state does this describe? Maine, Oregon, or Massachusetts? And that would describe Maine. Which South American city, highlighted in a 1950s poster, featured Christ the Redeemer towering over it? Rio de Janeiro, Buenos Aires, or Santiago? And that would be Rio de Janeiro. Which German city hosted the 1936 Olympics and became a major tourism hub afterward? Berlin, Munich, or Hamburg? And that would be Berlin. In the 1950s, which English city became famous for its annual Shakespeare Festival? Was it Stratford-upon-Avon, Oxford, or was it Cambridge? And it would be Stratford-upon-Avon. Which iconic American city became a luxury vacation spot during the 1960s, famous for its desert resorts and mid-century architecture? Los Angeles, Palm Springs, or Las Vegas? And it would be Palm Springs. This 1940s postcard features a view of ancient ruins and clear blue skies. Which famous ancient site does it represent? The Acropolis in Greece, Petra in Jordan, or Chichen Itza, Mexico? And that's the Acropolis in Greece. In the 1960s, which Mediterranean island became a preferred destination for couples on their honeymoon? Was it Cyprus, Rhodes, or was it Crete? It was Rhodes. Which South American country became famous for its luxurious beach resorts and was a favorite among 1950s tourists? Was it Venezuela, Brazil, or Argentina? It was Brazil. Known for its turquoise waters and exclusive resorts, which Indian Ocean island was a 1970s honeymoon destination? Seychelles, Maldives, or Mauritius? It was Maldives. Which European capital city, often advertised in the 1950s, is renowned for its romantic boat cruises on the Seine? Paris, Vienna, or Amsterdam? And that would be Paris. The Golden Triangle train tour in the 1960s connected Jaipur and Delhi. Which other Indian city did it connect with? Agra, Varanasi, or Mumbai? And it was Agra. Which Hawaiian island was marketed in the 1950s as a gathering place for its beaches and nightlife? Was it Kauai, Maui, or Oahu? And it was Oahu. A 1950s travel guide called which French Riviera city the playground of the rich? Was it Cannes, Nice, or Saint-Tropez? It was Cannes. In the mid-20th century, which Canadian city was known as the gateway to the Rockies? Edmonton, Vancouver, or Calgary? And that would be Calgary. This Bavarian town, often celebrated in 1960s brochures, is famous for its fairy tale castles. Can you name it? Is it Fussen, Mittenwald, or Berchtesgaden? It is Fussen. A retro travel poster from the 1960s featured the Sahara Desert with the tagline, "Endless sands await." Which country is it? Morocco, Algeria, or Egypt? And that would be Morocco. Which Moroccan city was once a jet-setter's paradise in the 1960s, known for its vibrant souks and gardens? Was it Tangier, Casablanca, or Marrakech? It was Marrakech. A striking Art Deco poster from the 1930s featured this Egyptian temple along the Nile. Which one was it? Abu Simbel, Karnak, or Luxor? It was Abu Simbel. This 1950s postcard showcased a cliffside view of whitewashed buildings and blue domes. Where was it? Positano, Italy, Mykonos, Greece, or Santorini, Greece? It was Santorini, Greece. A colorful 1960s advertisement highlighted this South American site with terraces and temples. Where is it? Machu Picchu, Easter Island, or the Galapagos Islands? It was Machu Picchu. Which U.S. landmark was depicted in a 1940s poster with rushing water and misty rainbows? Is this Yellowstone Falls, the Grand Canyon, or Niagara Falls? That would be Niagara Falls. A 1930s British Railways ad featured this Scottish castle surrounded by a loch. Which castle was it? Eilean Donan, Stirling Castle, or Edinburgh Castle? A 1930s British Railways ad features this Scottish castle surrounded. Which South American city, famed for its tango scene, attracted cultural travelers in the 1960s? Buenos Aires, Lima, or Santiago? And that would be Buenos Aires. The Queen Mary, a luxury liner featured in 1940s ads, was docked in which British port city? Southampton, Liverpool, or Plymouth? And that would be Southampton. Which Hawaiian city, known for Waikiki Beach, became a tourist hotspot after statehood in 1959? Lahaina, Hilo, or Honolulu? And that would be Honolulu. Which famous European city was the setting for the 1958 World's Fair, showcasing modern architecture? Brussels, Paris, or London? And that would be Brussels. Which city, advertised as the Crossroads of the East, became famous after the opening of the Suez Canal? Port Said, Alexandria, or Cairo? And that would be Port Said. In the 1960s, which Caribbean island became a top cruise destination due to its duty-free shopping? St. Lucia, Aruba, or St. Thomas? And that would be St. Thomas. Which city, highlighted in 1950s luxury ads, became synonymous with gondola rides and Venetian glass? Venice, Florence, or Naples? And that would be Venice. The Swiss Alps were promoted in the 1930s as a winter getaway. Which resort town was the most famous? St. Moritz, Zermatt, or Davos? And that would be St. Moritz. Which African safari destination, promoted in the 1950s, was known for the Serengeti migration? South Africa, Tanzania, or was it Kenya? It was Tanzania. This French town, advertised in the 1940s, was known for its thermal baths and healing spas. Which is it? Vichy, Lourdes, or Aix-les-Bains? It is Vichy. This 1940s travel postcard highlights a stunning mountain range. Which American state was it promoting? Colorado, California, or Wyoming? It's advertising Colorado. Known as the Orient Express, this luxury train connected Paris to which eastern city? Budapest, Athens, or Istanbul? And the Orient Express connected Paris and Istanbul. A 1950s postcard features a tropical paradise with overwater bungalows. Which South Pacific island is shown? Samoa, Tahiti, or is it Fiji? And that would be Tahiti. Which Scottish island, known for its rugged beauty and historic castles, attracted travelers in the 1950s? Isle of Skye, Orkney Islands, or Shetland Islands? And that would be Isle of Skye. Which Italian city was celebrated in the 1960s for its Renaissance art and the iconic Uffizi Gallery? Milan, Venice, or Florence? And that would be Florence. Which historic European city, renowned for its grand boulevards and luxury hotels, was once the preferred destination for cultural tourists in the 1960s? Vienna, Prague, or Budapest? That would be Vienna. A 1950s travel poster showed a stunning view of Mont Saint-Michel. Where is this iconic destination located? France, Belgium, or Italy? And that would be France. Which Hawaiian resort opened in the 1960s and became synonymous with luxury beach vacations? The Royal Hawaiian, the Hilton Hawaiian Village Heart, or Turtle Bay Resort? And that's Hilton Hawaiian Village Heart. The Ice Hotel, first constructed in the 1960s, was located in which Scandinavian country? Sweden, Norway, or Finland? The Ice Hotel is located in Sweden. A 1950s travel ad for which Swiss resort promised stunning views of the Matterhorn? Zermatt, Grindelwald, or Interlaken? And that would be Zermatt. Which Southeast Asian city was once a magnet for backpackers and adventurous travelers in the 1960s, seeking rich history and vibrant street life? Bangkok, Ho Chi Minh City, or Jakarta? And that would be Bangkok. Which ancient Greek site, featured in 1940s brochures, was known for its open-air theater? Olympia, Delphi, or Epidaurus? And that would be Epidaurus. Even before it officially opened, which city's 1960s ad featured the iconic Sydney Opera House? Perth, Sydney, or Melbourne? And that would be Sydney. The Great Wall of China appeared in many mid-20th century travel ads. Which Chinese city was its closest major hub? Xi'an, Shanghai, or Beijing? And that would be Beijing. Which small Greek island, famous for its secluded beaches, was a favorite of bohemians in the 1970s? Hydra, Mykonos, or Rhodes? And that would be Hydra. In the 1950s, which Turkish city became famous for its ancient ruins and the Temple of Artemis? Pergamum, Troy, or Ephesus? And that would be Ephesus. Which Austrian city, surrounded by the Alps, gained attention in the 1960s as a winter sports destination? Innsbruck, Salzburg, or Vienna? And that would be Innsbruck. Which country's traditional kimono fashion was highlighted in 1950s travel ads? Was it Japan, South Korea, or China? And that would be Japan. A colorful 1960s travel poster highlighted the Amalfi Coast. Which town, known for its pastel houses, was the focus? Sorrento, Ravello, or Positano? It was Positano. Which German city hosted the famous Oktoberfest, attracting global tourists since the 19th century? Berlin, Munich, or Hamburg? And that German city was Munich. Which Grand New York hotel, a luxury icon in the 1950s, hosted Marilyn Monroe's famous parties? The Plaza Hotel, the Ritz-Carlton, or the Waldorf Astoria? It was the Waldorf Astoria. Which Mediterranean coastal city was a popular luxury destination in the 1960s, attracting high-profile celebrities with its glamorous lifestyle? Monaco, Nice, or Barcelona? And that would be Monaco. Once a glamorous getaway, which British seaside town hosted royals during its Victorian Golden Era? Bournemouth, Blackpool, or Brighton? And that would be Brighton. In the 1950s, which American beach resort town became a hub for family vacations, drawing tourists from all over the United States? Was it Myrtle Beach, Cape Cod, or was it Virginia Beach? It was Myrtle Beach. Known for its therapeutic spas, which Czech city was a fashionable 1930s destination for European aristocracy? Prague, Karlovy Vary, or Brno? It was Karlovy Vary. In the 1950s, this famous American landmark was featured in postcards with images of monumental national parks. Which landmark is this? Mount Rushmore, the Statue of Liberty, or is it Yellowstone? It is Mount Rushmore. Which American city hosted the first televised presidential debate in 1960, sparking global interest in its cultural and political scene? New York, Chicago, or Los Angeles? And that would be Chicago. A colorful 1940s poster promoted the Jewel of the French Riviera. Which city does it refer to? Nice, Cannes, or Monaco? The Jewel of the French Riviera is Nice. Which South Pacific island became a dream destination in the 1950s for its overwater bungalows and coral reefs? Tahiti, Fiji, or Bora Bora? And that would be Bora Bora. A bold 1920s Art Deco poster invited travelers to dance in the shadows of the pyramids. Which country is this? Is that Egypt, Morocco, or Tunisia? And that would be Egypt. Which American city hosted the 1962 World's Fair, becoming iconic for its Space Needle? New York, Seattle, or San Francisco? And that would be Seattle. The Beatles famously performed their last rooftop concert in 1969 in which city? Was it New York, London, or Liverpool? It was in London. The 1950s Festival of Britain rejuvenated which historic port of London? Southbank, Camden, or Mayfair? It rejuvenated Southbank. Which Portuguese city, with its colorful trams and cobbled streets, was highlighted in a 1960s travel ad? Porto, Lisbon, or Sintra? And it was Lisbon. Which Norwegian town, known for its fjords and colorful wooden houses, became a cruising hotspot in the 1950s? Was it Bergen, Tromsø, or Stavanger? It was Bergen. Which Caribbean island was a favored 1950s destination for luxurious beach vacations? Barbados, Jamaica, or Bahamas? And that would be the Bahamas. Which Spanish hilltop town, famous for its dramatic cliffs and historic bull ring, gained fame in 1950s travel brochures? Ronda, Toledo, or Segovia? And that would be Ronda. In the 1930s, which American national park became the go-to destination for summer road trips? Was it Yellowstone, Yosemite, or the Grand Canyon? And the go-to destination was Yellowstone. The 1950s saw which French Riviera town transform into a magnet for luxury yachts and celebrities? Saint-Tropez, Cannes, or Monaco? And that would be Saint-Tropez. Known for its healing hot springs, which Japanese city was popular among the wealthy travelers in the 1940s? Kyoto, Hakone, or Beppu? And that popular town was Beppu. And that's question 100. Thanks for playing Quiz Time. Please drop your score in the comments, please, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss Quiz Time when it comes out. And we enjoy doing this with you every time. You can check out more videos by Quiz Time by clicking right here. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.